All right. We're looking at Dave Coach Schwartz repping Garcia Poker here at SMC Track. There's no sun, so it's a nice day to come and play soccer or work out. There's Jeannie, my daughter. You're 9 years old, right, Jeannie? And Josephine. They both had birthdays in April. 13 years old. She's officially a teenager. 400-meter Ron is with us. His son, 100 and 200-meter Ayal is not with us, though. He's been having some great competition with the coach here. And, of course, JP, who I think I'm going to turn this phone over to in just a minute. But just real quickly, what were we talking about just now? We were talking about we all think we know where Canelo Triple G is going to land. We're not going to say, but we're all pretty sure where it's going to be. That's not a huge mystery. However, what is kind of a mystery right now in boxing is what's Top Rank's new platform. There's been a lot of somebody said good morning to you. There's been a lot of conjecture that and the Top Rank boss Bob Arum has been hinting for weeks now that he's got something big, and that some of his big players like Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford and Vasyl Lomachenko, they're going to be fighting on a different platform, meaning not HBO. And also the Unimas series is about to end, so that's their developmental series with the prospects. All of those fighters, those up-and-comers, including guys like the Irish Olympian Mick Conlan, they're going to be fighting on this new platform. But what is the platform?
Maybe a worldwide fight pass like UFC
or
WWE.
Right.
Although with just Top Rank, I don't know what you'd charge for something like that. That's
right.
Interesting.
And part of it, obviously, would be the Top Rank library.
The Top Rank library.
Right, their archives. They've got great fights,
got
right?
The best.
Yeah.
Of any company.
But then there's also rumors that it's cable.
Well, I can tell you that Fight Pass
cable and network.
It's like $8.99 a month. $8.99 a month.
What's $8.99 a month?
Fight Pass from UFC.
Oh, I
so
see.
That would be a similar archive and live event. But man, that's tough for Top Rank to. I don't know. Maybe it could be half and half. Some fights on ABC and then also a digital content. What do you think, Dave?
All I know is Bob Arum is the shrewdest guy of all time. What did Larkin say from Showtime? The one guy that intimidates him in bargaining discussions is Bob Arum. So
somebody's looking for JP's boxing betting blog. Do you have one of those?
No.
No? Okay.
And I will not. I can't reveal the secrets. I gave out Errol Spence for free.
Yeah, there you go.
That was the bet of the year.
There you go.
There's another one coming up.
Oh,
Should
really?
we say now? We'll wait till the odds come out. I'll tell you guys off camera.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. Wow.
No, because the millions of people watching us.
No. I mean, that's no secret. I think that, you guys probably agree with me. I think Mikey Garcia is going to beat Adrian Broner.
Oh, he's going to
kill
him.
Yeah, so we'll see what the odds are.
That's a no-brainer.
I favor Mikey.
We'll see what the odds are.
I don't think that's easy, though. Style-wise, I don't think that's an easy night. I think Broner's has very underrated toughness and heart.
Is that at 140?
At 140, yeah.
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, so that's... No, I think Broner's real good.
Yeah. He's a handful.
How about the 12th round against Porter?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
He has power in the final round of a fight where he was getting beat up.
The only thing he's lacking is brain power.
Somebody says great undercard fight last night on Showtime. They must be talking about
Alvarez
the Alvarez Pascal.
Yeah, it was kind of Pascal's last ditch effort in his career.
Pascal always tries, but man, the legs aren't there, the reflexes aren't there, the speed isn't there.
6 rounds for Pascal though?
That's ridiculous. Yeah. I gave him 3 and give being the operative round.
But Alvarez
Broner goes 12, but Garcia sharpshoots him.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Brooklyn 51-66.
I thought
that's
Alvarez
what I see.
Was incredible last night.
Yeah, he's a sharp light heavyweight.
He's very good.
Good jab, good right hand, and real fast.
Okay, so Alvarez Stevenson, what do you guys think the odds will be? They got to fight.
I'm going to say 8-5 Stevenson.
Yeah, that'll be pretty close, I think.
I think it'll be close. But Stevenson will be the favorite because he's the defending champion.
Yeah.
And he looked real good in his last fight against Fonfara, but I think Fonfara was already fractured going in there.
It's probably going to be close. He's been the mandatory for over a year now, so he's a good fighter. I don't know if he has the pop like Stevenson does.
Yeah.
But Alvarez is a good fighter. So that'll be
this guy fight. Brooklyn said there too much posing and feinting from Pascal, but he can't. There's too much wear and tear on him.
Yeah.
He's reached an age where he just can't fight for 3 minutes around. He can't just let his hands go consistently like that anymore. That's part of age, bro. I mean, it's just the way it is. Yeah.
The fight I liked the most yesterday, Dougie, was Kudryashov and the Nigerian in Russia.
I missed that.
Oh, the cruiserweight fight.
Yeah, who won? It's a rematch.
Yeah.
A rematch of a shootout.
There's nothing better in boxing than La Revancha.
Oh, yeah,
rematch.
of course.
The revenge rematch. And Kudryashov knocked him out in 5 rounds.
Okay.
And speaking of the top-ranked deal,
By the way, did you wager on that match?
I took Kudryashov.
And you did. You
Yes.
took Kudryashov. Okay.
Yeah, because I figured, there was a lot of support for the Nigerian kid, Duradola.
Yeah.
Because he'd stopped him previously. But
Right.
Kudryashov has big pop in his hands, and he
Yeah.
kept his gloves high this time.
Yeah.
And I figured the Russian promoters aren't going to make that fight unless they think, right? But there's nothing better than a revenge fight. So the next one we got coming up is Loma and Salido. We got to do it.
Right.
La Revancha,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
The
that's
revenge.
supposed to happen.
We got to do Loma and Salido.
And I know you've got to be betting Lomachenko.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the safe bet.
Are you
there.
shocked that JP bet on that fight?
No, I'm not. I was just curious.
But the reason I brought it up real quickly is that
That's not even an obscure fight for JP.
No.
Yeah.
No, not for me. World of Box, who's Rabinsky
Yeah.
in Russia.
Yeah, that's
he
Russian
puts all
promoter.
his shows YouTube for free.
Does he?
So that was YouTube.
Well, he's got the money.
Yeah, he has the money.
Yeah.
Crystal clear. So my point being is that for Top Rank to charge and do it, there's a lot of competition because
Yeah, there
boxing
is.
so fractured.
Yeah.
And these streams are crystal clear for free.
Yeah.
So
But Top Rank has some primo names.
True.
So.
Pacquiao
is almost a worldwide household name. And Terrence Crawford and Vasyl Lomachenko are two of the best fighters in the world right now.
Conlan's going to be.
Where's Artur Beterbiev been in the light heavyweight division?
He's going to fight.
He's had some legal issues with his promoter / former promoter, right?
He wants to leave the promoter.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a done deal of his splitting from them, but
he has
that
a fight
complicates
coming up.
matters.
He has
Who's
a
he fighting?
He's going to fight Enrico Kohling out of Germany at the end of the month.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it'll be in Canada.
And is that some kind of a title elimination bout?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, because Kohling is the number 2 guy.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'll take the phone.
This person says great. Okay. And you can take the phone. I'm gonna grab this.
Doug's going to grab the jump rope.
Yeah.
And Coach Schwartz has his questions.
So
Handwritten.
handwritten.
Yeah, he did that so I don't cheat and try to read those answers because nobody can read that chicken scratch.
So if you guys got
You're
questions,
smart. See, Bob Arum is shrewd, but so is Coach.
if you guys got questions on Periscope, type them in for Dougie now or Coach. And Coach is going to start with his Q&A now.
Okay, so on June 1st, 1966,
66.
it was a bantamweight title fight.
Bantamweights.
Okay, I'll give you. Okay,
Back in the day.
it was in Tokyo.
Okay.
You know it.
Yeah. So fighting Harada,
Yeah.
it's got to be one of those bantamweights. And fighting Harada, great Japanese fighter. He was the flyweight champ, and then moved up to 118 pounds. There was no junior bantamweight division, no 115 back then. And did he fight Hofre? Eder Hofre?
Yep.
One of the
And where's he?
Brazilian.
Yeah.
Another all-time great fighter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good, Doug.
Very good. Doug.
And who won? It was Harada.
Yeah.
But, Harada and Hofre fought twice in Japan, and both fights were very close. Had they been in Brazil, probably Hofre wins, right?
He would've, yeah.
And which means Hofre would have been undefeated.
Okay, so I have another fight. This was also June 1st, and this was in Buffalo.
What year?
This was 1984, and it was a WBA lightweight fight. It was a big upset.
WBA lightweight upset in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, you know it.
This is Ray Mancini versus Livingston Bramble.
Right, you got it.
Right.
And that was a shocker.
That was a late stoppage, right?
Dougie,
Like
who,
in the 15-round fight, the championship
it's a
rounds,
good
right?
question from
Yeah.
Trick. Who looks like they have the higher ceiling? This is a good question, actually. Who looks like they have the higher ceiling in boxing? Bivol, Dmitry Bivol, or Gavadzik?
Oh, I'm going to go with the nail.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the nail.
Hey,
They're
the
both,
nail.
those-
They're
those-
both
Hey, listen, the
fantastic.
light heavyweight
Yeah.
division is
Incredible.
Pretty, yeah, it's stacked. And they got these guys from Eastern Europe, Central Asia, wherever. They're hardcore, man.
Those guys are great fighters.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Gavodzdik. a little more than Bivol, but I mean they're both excellent amateurs. Bivol, I think, probably more decorated. I like what I see from both of them so far, but if you look at the opposition right now with Gavozdek, in just 12 fights, he's already faced and defeated a couple contenders. So he just seems ahead of him right now. Also, he speaks English.
Yes.
Does Bivol? Does he speak English?
I don't think he does. Let's see how he looks.
Learn.
Now, did they put him on the Ward undercard?
I think so. I read something about it.
Because he looked very impressive on Showbox.
Didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Listen, talent-wise, they're pretty much the same. But I like it. I think the nail is the total package.
The nail is incredible.
Yeah, his technique and his poise.
Why do you say the Ward card versus the Kovalov card? So that means
because we know who the A side is.
Because you know Ward's going to win.
Yeah. Ward is so much in his own head, and this whole thing with John David Jackson, them reaching out to Jack, that's just more of an indication that how insecure they are in regards to this rematch. To me, it smacks of desperation.
You're so wrong.
I mean, if you want to get into listen, they say that they figured out Kovalev, right? He's acclimated to the power. He's figured him out now. Why do you need John David Jackson's help? Why? If you did that just to get into Kovalev's head, just to cause more friction and dissension within their camp, well, what does that say? For one thing. But if you really want to get in his head, say, hey, let us help you. Let us send you some sparring footage with some notes from Virgil Hunter, because you need all the help you can get, and it won't matter.
Kovalev better not fight angry. Kovalev better not fight angry.
He's Russian, man.
This guy says, Rich says, come on, coach, Kovalev in 4 rounds.
I don't know about that. I like Kovalev by decision.
You mean Kovalev knocked out in 4 rounds?
Oh, please.
So
hey, that would be great. Seriously, if Andre came out and blew him out, I'd be an Andre Ward fan.
That's not going to happen. Yeah. But this whole thing with John David Jackson is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe any of it, but I think the bottom line is that Kovalov and Jackson are having problems.
No,
I think they are.
They're just not. You know what? They're just not lovey-dovey. That's all. They're just not lovey-dovey. This whole thing. This whole Mickey Goldmill, Rocky Balboa trainer-fighter relationship, that's in the movies, man.
So, Doug,
it's business. It's straight-up business between these guys.
We got like between 50 and 100 people watching the Periscope now.
Yeah?
And it says Klimas Boxing has joined the chat.
Klimas!
So will you go to Ukraine with me? We want to go to see Usyk's homecoming.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
Usyk's the best.
And you like Usyk. You didn't jump off the bandwagon.
I'm not off the bandwagon. Me neither. It's a great division, but people are down on him.
Well, his first and second title defenses were against really difficult quality opponents.
Absolutely.
Most people, especially guys that only have like 12 fights, they wouldn't face these guys.
Totally agree with you. Let me tell you something. I was ringside at the Forum against Machunu, and both in the Machunu fight and the Michael Hunter fight, what's deceptive about Usyk is this guy can turn the screw quickly.
Yeah.
And when he does, and those combinations start going, and he's got this kind of thing where you think he's hurt.
Right, or you think he's tired.
He's much better than
people look at him and think he's tired, and he's really not.
He's much harder to beat than people think.
I agree with you.
Much harder. Okay.
And Hunter's real good.
And
also.
Hunter fought the fight of his life.
He's great.
And Mchuno's
I have
no
one
joke.
Now. This was also June 1st, 1991. One of your favorite fighters.
June 1st, 1991. Okay.
Yeah, it was for the super welterweight title.
Okay.
And the one guy retained his title. 2 real pretty famous fighters.
Okay.
And,
okay.
One's one of your favorites.
Was one like a former champion?
Yeah.
And like a really good former champion?
Really
okay, I'm going to say
really
terrible Terry Norris against Donald Curry. You got it.
Man, Doug's memories. Spot on.
I remember watching that on HBO.
Hey, was Donald Curry one of the best?
He was awesome.
Oh, my God.
I kind of hated to see that. But I was such a Terry Norris guy. I knew it was good for him to get the Lone Star Cobra's name on his resume.
I was at Donald Curry's best fight against
Milton McCrory.
You were live at that fight?
I was there, yeah. That was December of 1985. It was really good.
What was the venue?
That was at the Las Vegas Hilton.
Las Vegas Hilton in '85.
It was on HBO, second round
Vegas
knockout.
Hilton used to get a lot of good fights.
Oh,
yeah.
They used to
a
host.
lot, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
They really did a lot of good fights.
Okay, here's one. This is June 2nd, 1973. two really famous guys in Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo.
Someone retained their middleweight.
Oh, okay. It's got to be Carlos Monzon.
Yeah.
And who would he be fighting in Monte Carlo? Jeez, in 73. I don't know.
Who's also, I mean, really famous.
A famous guy?
Real.
The guy that he fought
Yeah.
in Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
Had this guy ever won a title?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was a former champ?
Yeah.
Rich got it.
Oh, was it Emil Griffith?
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, yeah.
And I think they fought twice.
Emil Griffith.
There,
Yeah.
Doug, you're on fire.
And it's funny. Yeah, yeah. I haven't missed one yet.
On point today.
Like a lot of modern heavyweights, a lot of modern middleweights, they get shit if they fight somebody coming up in weight, you know. But it used to be all the biggest middleweight fights came against like a dominant middleweight champ and a badass welterweight stepping up in weight, like going all the way back to like Harry Greb fighting Mickey Walker, you know what I mean? That was like the 20s, right? But, you know, Monzon, there's a good example. Some of his more notable fights, 2 fights with Emil Griffith, and he fought Jose Napoles too. And no one gave him crap at the time, you know? And nobody gave Marvin Hagler crap when he fought Roberto Duran, right? No one's like, you're fighting a blown-up lightweight. It's like, no, you're fighting Roberto Duran, you know? Whatever.
So who was Emil Griffith's trainer?
Gil Clancy.
Right.
And he also
Pretty
was
good.
like manager or at least co-manager.
One of your favorite boxing announcers? Right?
Yes, he was one half of my all-time favorite boxing announcing teams, along with Tim Ryan.
Right.
Tim Ryan, yeah.
CBS.
Who would totally be dissed and clowned in today's society? Like with social media, everybody would just make fun of him because he was kind of vanilla. I think he was from Canada, and he didn't pretend to know a whole lot about boxing. He didn't have to because he had a dyed-in-the-wool, old, grizzled boxing trainer right next to him that just spoke like from the boxing insider, boxing trainer perspective. And so all he had to do was basically welcome people into the show. He was very positive. But in today's entertainment world, like, he's not spicy enough. He's a little bit too vanilla. But for me, they complemented each other. You know, I wouldn't want to just see Clancy call a fight by himself or with somebody else who was like a expert, and I wouldn't want to see Tim Ryan in with just another general sports broadcaster. You know what I'm saying? They complemented each other perfectly.
Gil Clancy was like? He was like an emotionally stable Eddie Adams.
Yeah, because he would give you that insight about a fighter's weight,
Right. And they sounded
training.
alike.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got like 10 or 12 minutes left. If you guys got questions, I know more people are joining the Periscope. Just write in for Dougie on the screen on the Periscope, and about any boxing news or fights coming up.
Okay, here's
Coach.
one. You'll get it. June 2nd, 1976, at the Sports Arena in L.A., the guy who lost won the welterweight championship in his very next fight.
The guy who lost
Yeah.
won the welterweight championship.
In his next fight.
Okay, this
And
is
he-
Sports Arena.
Yeah.
He lost.
He lost to sort of not a famous guy, but a guy you know who he is.
Yeah.
He lost his very next fight, and when he did win the welterweight, he won it in Mexicali, and he was real young, maybe the youngest welterweight champ of all time, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, you know it.
Yeah. So you're probably talking about Pepino Cuevas.
Right.
He lost.
He lost,
But
his
then he
fight
won the
in
title.
His next fight.
Right, and he was the youngest welterweight
Yeah.
champ at the time. So the guy who beat him, I'm going to say Andy the Hawk Price.
You got it.
Damn,
Bam!
that's impressive. I would not have known that.
Everybody forgot about Andy the Hawk Price, but not me.
Okay. And
By the way, Andy Price, in my opinion, one of Sugar Ray Leonard's top 3 performances, because he blew him out in one round, like he wasn't crap. And this is before Leonard won the title, right? Andy Price had defeated Pepino Cuevas, and I think he beat Carlos Palomino too. He beat 2 guys who went on to win
Dougie knows. Dougie does
the
know.
welterweight title, and these guys are all in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Price could fight.
so how old was Cuevas when he won the title?
Yeah.
21?
19.
19, yeah. Because he turned pro at 14.
And he got knocked out in his debut.
Oh, he had a lot of losses.
Yeah.
I mean, he had like 6 or 7 losses. Yeah. I mean, he had like a couple of losses in Mexico even before he came and fought here. But what a puncher. And what a reign. He had a good run. He had a really good run.
You sort of know your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
so who's the welterweight? Okay. Who's the one welterweight contender who took him the distance before Tommy Hearns knocked him out? One guy. Nobody went the distance with this dude. He made 10 title defenses, 9 by knockout.
Who was it?
Randy Shields.
Oh, Randy Shields.
Randy Shields.
Took him 15 rounds.
We talked about Randy Shields a couple of weeks ago.
Man,
he was incredible.
All these guys, all those welterweights. The second-tier welterweights of the 70s were badass. Pete Ranzani.
Yeah. Cuevas fought.
Yeah.
Ranzani.
Oh, yeah.
They all fought each other.
Yeah, yeah.
All of them.
Weren't a lot of soft touches.
This guy says YouTube the Hawk versus SRL. Great, great stuff.
1 round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Price made the mistake of getting up against the ropes against a prime Ray Leonard. You don't do that.
Where was that fight?
Probably Vegas.
Probably.
Yeah. It's Vegas, undercard of some big show. Yeah.
Okay, June 3rd, 1991. We actually talked about this fight last week. It was in Las Vegas, and it was for the WBA light heavyweight title.
Is this Tommy Hearns versus Virgil Hill?
Yeah.
And that was Hearns regaining a portion of the light heavyweight title. And Virgil had, I think, made like 10 title defenses. Yeah. He had a good reign.
And Virgil was a big favorite.
And he was a favorite, right.
Big favorite.
Yeah. And that might have been Tommy Hearns' last great performance, that upset. Because he boxed. And he out-jabbed a master jabber. And 1984 Olympic silver medalist. And obviously the naturally kind of bigger, heavier guy.
Okay, so this is June 4th, 1971. It was for someone regained the welterweight title that they had lost. It was a cut eye. It was in New York.
This is 1971.
Yeah.
June 1st, but where did it take place?
4th.
June 4th. Where did it take place?
The first fight was in Buffalo or someplace back there.
Yeah.
And the second fight was at the Forum.
Okay. So which one is this, the first or the second?
This is the one at the Forum when he regained the title.
Oh, okay. So that's Jose Napoles regaining the welterweight title against Billy Backus, who was from the same town as Carmen Basilio. Yeah. There was like that Syracuse area, Canastota, Syracuse area.
Dougie, any info on the Chocolatito rematch? I think they're trying to put together.
They're trying to put that like maybe in the Forum, but it's supposed to be its own main event. Yeah, which
they want Inoue on it, right?
Doesn't that make sense? Inoue's ready to come to America, and man, they got it. Listen, if Chocolatito wins, he's got to fight Inoue. It's just got to happen.
They should announce that soon, though, if they're going to do it the week before Triple G Canelo.
Listen, if Chocolatito regains his title, and I thought he was unjustly, I thought he lost the title unjustly because I really thought he won 8 rounds of that fight with Sorong Basai. But if he beats the Thai guy, who is a beast, and comes back, I'm not saying he can do it because at this juncture I favor Inoue, but if he beats the monster, he's an all-time great.
Unbelievable.
And anyone who disagrees with me can fight me. I will Chocolatito your ass.
This guy says, Dougie, why you engage the trolls?
Huh?
This guy says, Dougie, why do you engage the trolls?
Sometimes it's just out of boredom. No, seriously, I'm not like at my desk at my laptop freaking out over it. It's like if I'm picking up my daughter and I have to wait, I'm sitting in my car for like 15 minutes. I get bored. I go to my notifications. Yeah, I see some jerk says something, and so I answer him. But also, it's an opportunity to educate fans who aren't jerks, like who don't know. Like I'll get into an argument with somebody over the past, right? And they're spitting stuff that's not factual. I set the record straight. Now, I know the person that I'm setting the record straight against will never accept it because they're nuts or they're jerks. But there's other folks who are reading this who are like, "Hey, I'm going to go check. I'm going to go check this out." Good point. And then they learn. And then the other thing is sometimes I come up with the perfect zinger that I can use later. Like some guy I was arguing with, some dude named Spencer, he was a Mayweather dude. I named him Leonard Wannabe, like Leonard Ellerby. And I'm like, Leonard Wannabe, why didn't I ever think of that when Mayweather was still fighting? There's all these people who want to be Mayweather's right-hand man. They want to be his professional suck-up. And I'm like, there's only one Mayweather ass-kisser that it's a real full-time job. And his name is Leonard Ellerby. And all you fools are jealous. You're Leonard Wannabes.
Yeah.
But so sometimes in the heat of a troll battle, you come up with these gems. I'm like, shoot.
It makes sense, though.
I'm going to use that.
Other people reading the thread. So this guy says, what's next for Loma? It's going to be Salido, I think.
Right? Maybe in Chicago?
Yeah.
And probably, this is the rumor, but that fight's going to be on Top Rank's new platform. Like, you wouldn't watch that on HBO. You're going to watch that some other way. How, we don't know. It's all conjecture. There's supposed to be an announcement, though. So there's going to be 2 big announcements this week.
Going to be 2 this week.
The venue, the site of Canelo Triple G, and what Top Rank's new platform is.
Bugs Chicago on Periscope is hyped right now. Oh, Chicago, Loma
Hey, that's
Salido.
a fight town. They deserve more high-profile events.
What happened to Conlon in Chicago?
He didn't draw as well, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, nothing was going to match his pro debut.
This guy says...
New York City, St. Patrick's Day, the weekend of a Triple G fight. I mean, come on.
This guy says, when's your next show with Steve Kim on Ring TV?
We're supposed to film on Tuesday. We're supposed to be in studio on Tuesday, and we were talking about bringing Golden Boy matchmaker Robert Diaz in to just talk about the boxing year of 2017 so far, because it's been an amazing 5-6 months. And Diaz is, I mean, he's a real boxing fan, and he's got that matchmaker's mind. And we were thinking about it, also opening it up to questions. Have people sending questions ahead of time so we can answer them. But I have there's like a film project that Golden Boy's doing, and they were like, come be here on the shoot on the same time. So I don't know where I'm going to be.
James Begg Jr. says, best Leonard Ellerby moment ever. His reaction to Melina Mickey Bay being stopped.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Mickey Bay was a Mayweather Promotions guy. Yeah.
This guy says, so wait, Roman's not going to be on the Triple G Canelo undercard?
No. No, he's going to be his own. He's going to have his own HBO day.
A week before or a week after on the replay?
I don't know. Maybe the week after.
For the replay. Okay.
Yeah, they're still trying to schedule that.
Okay. So next week we'll be able to talk about the venue.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, Coach.
Okay, I got a couple. Hey, you're doing okay today, Dougie?
Yeah, he's rocking.
Okay, here's one you'll get for sure. June 4th, 2005 in Manchester, England.
Yeah.
Big upset.
Okay, this has got to be Ricky Hatton against Kostya Tszyu.
Right.
The king.
Yeah.
The king was dethroned.
Yeah, that was incredible.
The king was dethroned by.
Okay, and I have
There's only one.
I have one more. This was June 6th, 1988, upset of the year, Las Vegas, WBC middleweight title.
Oh, this has got to be Iran Barkley, the Blade, chopping down the hitman, Tommy Hearns in 3 rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Huge upset. Yeah.
Upset of the year.
Yeah, I remember I was in college and hearing about that and like, what? No, I couldn't believe it. I had to read it in the papers.
Yeah.
I had to wait till the right paper came to the school library to read it up,
And it was a total shootout.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. No. Yeah,
Barkley,
when I finally saw it, and I didn't see the actual fight until a couple years later, he was chopping Barkley up. Barkley was bleeding, leaking blood, and he was killing Barkley to the body. I mean, he was just. Barkley never stopped trying. That's one thing I liked about the Jean Pascal fight. He was hopelessly overmatched. Just couldn't deal with the guy's speed and his accuracy and his basically his reflexes. He's the Colombian is not faded.
Yeah.
He's on top of his game, and Pascal's had a lot of wars, and his prime was like 6 or 7 years ago. So he's fighting on muscle memory, but he's still swinging. And there was a couple rounds where maybe if you wanted to give it to Pascal, a couple, not 6, by the way, you could give it to Pascal because he was just nutting up and just launching these things, man.
Yeah.
And he would occasionally clip the Colombian, He just couldn't come back with anything. Roy Jones Jr. is in his corner and just looking immaculate, man.
True or
like
false?
He'll never age,
True or false, Dougie? Prime Floyd could not wear Prime Oscar's fishnets.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he would want to wear Oscar's fishnets.
I guess they're asking Prime versus Prime.
Given that and Oscar De La Hoya, who was arguably 10 years past his prime. I mean, you could argue. I mean, I think Oscar's prime was from 97 to 99, basically.
He just stopped throwing the jab, that's all.
Right. It wasn't the night of the jab. Right. But seriously, the 2007 version of Oscar, who was inactive, was not living like a fighter, and was many years, not like 1 or 2 years, many years separated from his prime, gave Mayweather all he could handle. And a lot of people, even people who I think are Mayweather cheerleaders, guys on press row, they scored that fight a draw. And a lot of folks thought that Oscar did enough to win. Like a lot of the international broadcasts, you know, the one in Mexico, the Japanese broadcast, their people had it for Oscar. Not wide. I mean, they had it like 7 rounds to 5. But they couldn't believe that Oscar didn't win that fight.
Okay, we got a few quick...
For the record, and I'm not a Mayweather fan, you know that. I had Mayweather winning 8 rounds.
Okay.
But don't tell Oscar!
Yeah. Quick answer, Duran or Floyd at lightweight?
That's a silly question. You got a guy who goes life and death with Jose Luis Castillo, who goes life and death with Manuel Augustus, guy who loses rounds to Victoriano Sosa. You think he can even go 15 rounds with Roberto Duran? That's a beating.
Okay, we got a few minutes left. This is kind of a longer question. Maybe you want to save this for next week. But Dougie, what got you into boxing?
Muhammad Ali. Simple as that. I was born in 1970. One of the first sporting events I was really, truly aware of and followed, from when it was announced to when it actually happened on TV, was Muhammad Ali versus Ernie Shavers. And I was just like, I was smitten. I was bewitched by Ali. It was like I'd never seen anything before I ever seen him fight. Just his persona on TV, you know, teasing Shavers, he called him the Acorn. And his whole routine with Howard Cosell, you know, who I knew of. Howard Cosell was a household name. Everyone knew him, and half the country hated him, and the other half liked him, like I did, because I liked his knowledge. Like, he knew everything, and you know, when he was calling, even like, you know, other sports or whatever. But just watching Ali, his whole thing, his whole shtick, going into that fight. And I tried to watch the fight. I think it might have been on ABC, Wide Weather Sports, and maybe it was on network TV. And it went the 15-round distance. I fell asleep, I think, like in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
And my dad had to tell me the next morning that your guy won.
Right.
And hearing that was like, oh my God, that's my guy. He won, you know. And at the same time, my dad and other people were saying he's old and he should really retire. And they were thinking Shavers was going to knock him out. And they were telling me, I wasn't aware of the third match between Ali and Norton, but they were telling me that Norton should have beat him. I had never seen that fight, but I was like, no, get out of here. So he just sort of became my guy, you know what I mean? And he was so larger than life.
You were how old at the time?
7. The 7 at the time of the Shavers fight, yeah. So, but I remember this, you know, fairly well. And then, you know, right around that same time, you know, there was the 1976 Olympians turned pro, and so by '79.
Right.
Sugar Ray Leonard was a thing. He was a phenomenon, and everybody watched him. And when Ray Leonard fought on TV the next day at the schoolyard, you see a bunch of kids trying to be Ray, or you know, pretending to be, you know, Davy Boy Green hitting the kid. You know what I mean? Like it was like that, seriously. And then through following Ray Leonard's career, I learned about the other weight classes. I learned about other great fighters like Roberto Duran. Who was that? I had no clue.
Right.
Even in 1980, I had no clue until he fought Ray Leonard and beat Leonard. I couldn't believe it, you know. And then I finally watched the fight, and I'm like, oh wow, here's another guy. And then you learn about Tommy Hearns, and then you just learn through other, you know, you learn about the divisions through, you know, I learned them through Ray Leonard.
Really good questions today, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks. Four Kings, yeah, good book.
Yeah.
Four Kings.
Yeah, it's a great book.
Coach, we're running about 33 minutes. You got anything for the people?
That's about it, but we do want to talk to everyone. The most important thing is about safe driving. Safe driving. Oh my God, Dougie, you want to
put the phone away. Don't be in a rush. Don't be messing with the radio too much. Don't get into arguments with nobody. If you're driving with kids, don't turn back to yell at them when they're being crazy or whatever. Really, the most important thing is just don't be in a rush and keep your focus. You know.
You should take some of your own advice.
Oh, come on! I do. Get out of here.
You can't drive in a hurry.
Don't text and drive.
You got to keep a huge amount of distance. You got to let everyone do what they want to do.
Right. Come on in.
And you can't take any chances at all. Even taking your eye off the road to change your radio, it just takes a split second.
Yeah, because there's so many other variables out there.
It's really important. I mean, like eating right, sleeping right, working out, it's all important.
Do all that
but
stuff.
But driving right is the most important.
Yeah. And beyond driving right, what's most important? Always, always, always be like Errol Spence in that post-fight interview after knocking out Kell Brook. Take the high road.
But you got to show who's walking in here.
Oh,
hey,
no.
Mr. Lovelace.
Morning.
Wait.
You missed it. You
Wait.
did that on purpose,
Wait.
Tom.
Here.
Don't worry, we're not asking that.
Hey, Tom's
We
here
can
to
wait a
make-
few days. We
Hey,
can wait a
Tom's
few
here to
days.
make a big announcement.
No,
right,
no,
Tom?
we can wait a few days.
Yeah.
We can wait a few
Wait a
days.
minute. Hold on. Let's get this on camera. You sent me a text yesterday, Doug. You want to interview Triple G? I said, yeah. When? 2:33. I'm like, yeah, I can do it. Then I don't hear from Tom, and the next thing I know, I see Golden Boy tweet out, Triple G's in studio with Steve Kim. I'm like, oh, you dissed me for the Korean Hammer?
The Korean Hammer grabbed it.
You weren't quick enough.
I wasn't quick enough? Okay, so you sent out more than one text.
So anyway, we paid Tom to come here today to give this big announcement. So I'm just going to give it for him, okay? So, yeah.
We got to wait a few days.
It's coming, right?
I think this week it'll be announced. Yeah.
Maybe the Steve Kim exclusive interview with my man. He's still my man. Triple G's still
We
my
all
guy.
know, Tom.
Maybe the announcement will come on that.
We think
that
we all know,
broadcast.
but come to Periscope next week. We can discuss it. What you guys
Exactly.
think?
Exactly.
All right.
And maybe whatever Top Rank's announcement is.
Yeah.
I think Tom knows, right?
Maybe.
What's you guys talk? You promoters, you all like go to lunch and stuff, and then you pretend to have beefs with each other and all that just to keep interest, right?
That's our job.
Right? You know what Aaron's platform, the new platform
Oh,
is,
that?
right?
No, I don't know. They've kept that a pretty good
Yeah.
secret, but
Okay.
it seems like it's going to be a big deal. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So
We'll see
look
what
at
they do.
the.
Well, if we see you next week, I want to talk to somebody,
That'd be,
an actual promoter, about just what's the impact.
I'm going to be in Norway.
Are you going to be in
because
Norway?
Cecilia.
So Breakhouse, Cecilia.
Breakhouse is fighting. Yeah.
That's a good
Boxing's
fight.
only undisputed champion.
She's fighting. She's fighting in a 20,000 seat soccer stadium outdoors in Bergen, Norway.
That's her biggest audience to date,
yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because she'll sell out like
Yeah,
13,000.
and she's fighting the champion, moving up from 140 to 147.
She's fighting a
so-
good fighter.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
fighting
Farias.
Farias. Yeah. very
Okay,
good.
but are you
Very good fighter.
betting?
I'm betting
You wager?
Cecilia. I'm no
Right.
dummy. I'm no dummy. I got to lay a big price on her, but I'm betting Cecilia.
You're betting Triple G?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Can't
And the
bet.
price is going to
We
come
just
down.
had the whole Usyk discussion because Klimas was on here on Periscope.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, we're gonna fly to Ukraine.
Yeah,
What's the
we're-
Usyk discussion?
Yeah.
Well,
What did I miss?
we want to go to his homecoming. That people are underrating him. And it's my opinion that when he gets later in fights and turns the screw, that people are not acknowledging that that he can turn it very quickly
I
after
think
dropping a few
Usyk's one of the
rounds.
most talented fighters in the sport right
Absolutely.
he's challenging
Yeah.
himself.
now. Winning both the Olympic champions, the gold medalist, and then a world title with 10 fights, going to the opponent's home country.
Yeah.
And
Well, his
arguably,
last three opponents have all been quality.
yeah, arguably Glowacki was the best guy at that time when he knocked
Yeah.
out Marco Hook. So he's got a very bright future.
And
Very
he's
strong.
a star in
yeah,
Ukraine.
yeah, he's a national hero over there.
Yeah, so that's going to be.
We're ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's get on the
Maybe
plane.
late August, yeah.
Yeah.
And look at the shape Tom's getting in.
Well, I'm getting back into shape.
Got to, man.
Hey, this is what Tom
September's a
does.
big month, man.
Yeah.
Except you don't have your shorts on
It's
today.
Garcia Poker.
But they sponsor our show.
Oh, good. Okay.
So they
Check them out.
they actually beat out Nike.
They
Yeah,
beat out
yeah,
Nike.
So what happens is Tom comes here usually with his shorts. He doesn't warm up. He runs 3 miles in 26 minutes, and then just walks off.
Yeah. Even Kevin Costner's impressed with Tom.
No, totally.
You
He
seen
is.
this guy?
He was just
Yeah,
telling
he
us.
runs around.
Rich here on
Sure,
Periscope is writing in. He says Triple G will KO Canelo. Rich, I agree. But we got time to think about it.
We got time to think about it, but it's it'll be a very competitive fight. I think Canelo looked really good against Chavez, the bigger guy. 164. See, now Canelo has to come down in weight.
Yeah.
He has to drop weight to make 160.
He knows how to drop weight.
Yeah.
He's been a middleweight for a while now. But I'll say this, he has grown.
And
And I was looking at some pictures of his fight with James Kirkland,
Yeah.
and his
He's-
body's
he's
changed in
filled
2
out,
years.
yeah.
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 Or the year.
And now Triple G will finally be able to fight for the Ring Magazine title.
Yes, it's on the
Your-
line.
Your guy Mike was keeping it away from
Yeah,
Triple G.
playing keep away. Good old Mike Ross.
So we got Cecilia this week,
Yeah.
and you're going to go to Ukraine in August.
Yep.
and the big fight in September. You're a busy man.
And this
Usyk's
late this
gonna
month,
fight.
he's got the press
The
tour.
fight of the century.
That's
Usyk's
gonna be
going to be in a soccer stadium also for the homecoming.
Oh yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's gonna be a
that
big
doesn't
event.
surprise me.
It's going to be like 30,000 people.
Is HBO going to broadcast that fight?
Still working with.
Still working
talking
on
to
that,
HBO.
okay.
See, I'm lobbying right now to get more HBO dates. I hope that works.
Come on, HBO. We want Usyk.
Yeah,
We want Usyk.
yeah.
Hey, so we're going to have huge ratings today because
Yep.
Mr. Loeffler's here.
It was coincidence. I thought you guys would be done by now. You
Yeah,
guys
we were
were
almost
here
done.
early.
We
You're
had
here
to
by
grab you.
7
We were
You
o'clock.
almost
missed
done.
it, man. I was batting 1,000.
Yeah.
I think I answered them all.
Everyone, perfectly.
Good.
And I think you probably could have answered most of those as well.
We were up in Portland just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
For the Jordan sponsorship.
Oh, yeah.
Representing Jordan family
Yeah.
also.
And I think you probably could have answered most of those.
We were up in Portland just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
For the Jordan
Oh
sponsorship.
yeah.
Representing Jordan family
Yeah.
also. Fab 5 limited edition Jordan shoes, only 150 made.
Fab 5.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Oh, the Michigan Fab
Yeah.
5.
Chris Webber,
Okay.
Jalen Rose.
Yeah, no, that's
awesome.
back when I actually used to watch
It's
college
like the
hoops.
hottest shoe right now.
Yeah.
Nobody can get it.
Oh, really?
They actually gave him a present.
Oh man, there's gonna be a lot of jealous boxers out there.
Yeah.
They're like, Triple G don't even watch basketball. What the heck?
Yeah, so it was a great trip. They're really getting behind him. This is the whole Canelo Triple G fight is also Canelo is pretty much Under Armour's biggest boxing
Yep.
star.
He's Under Armour. He's sponsored by Tecate.
So it's Jordan. So
To be settled, September 16th.
So next week we'll be able to talk about the venue. Thanks, guys. One Boxing King says, Coach and Doug, you make my Sundays. Thanks so much for taking the time, guys. There you go, Dave.
That's good.
You got
I like
it.
that.
a lot of boxing knowledge.
Yeah.
I heard Doug Fisher is going to be involved in the film for the press tour.
Yeah, I guess so.
Get that.
I've been helping him.
Boxing knowledge.
I've been the official boxing historian.
He's a couple of them. What's it going to be? It's going to be Don Jargon, Doug Fisher, and Ray Leonard.
Wow, you left somebody out. That's a real big shot celebrity.
Oh,
It's like
and
a rapper,
Ice Cube.
actor. Yeah.
Yeah?
Ice Cube, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, Ice Cube.
That's a motley crew, right?
That would be great.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be the one rapping. I'm gonna be spitting that hot fire.
That's for the press tour?
Yeah, it's like
It'll be shown on the press tour, yeah. I saw some clips.
Oh yeah, okay.
Good. It's great.
Thanks for coming, Tom.
Look out for that.
That's something
It's a feather.
that hasn't been released yet.
See what kind of an actor.
So you got a little tidbit there, folks.
Are you still going to do this show?
I will. I gotta talk to my agent.
You might have to name one thing.
We'll have to get you a better driver.
And then the press tour comes up late June.
Yeah.
Soon.
You gotta get ready for that. It's gonna be
International press tour.
Yep.
So we're just over 100 days till the fight. Press tour starting
It's gonna
soon.
go fast.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching. And thanks for coming, JP.
Absolutely, Dave. No problem. Dougie, drive safe.
I will.
Take the high
I
road.
always do. Don't listen to Josephine. I'm not on my phone.
James Bag Jr. wants you to know that he is in his fishnets, but he's driving safe.
Right on. I got my fishnets on.
Okay. All right. See you guys. Thanks, Tom.